All right, let's talk about patents. Specifically, a choice that sounds, well, kind of simple. Should your drawings be in black and white or color? You'd think it's a minor detail, right? Just a style choice. But here's the thing. This one decision can literally define the strength of your patent and maybe even the future of your whole business. So let's dive in and break down why.
So can your patent's color scheme really make or break your business? I know, it sounds a little dramatic, but think about it. When your timeline is tied directly to funding, to beating the competition, to getting your product out the door, suddenly every single choice matters a lot. So the short answer to that question? Yep, it absolutely can.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, why this little choice has such a huge impact. Then we'll look at the standard, black and white, and the exception when color is a must. After that, we'll get into a strategic framework. And finally, how this all protects your business's future.
All right, first up, why this seemingly small choice has such a big impact. And let me be super clear about this from the get-go. This has nothing to do with aesthetics. This is 100% pure strategy. It's all about shaping the strength of your patent from the very first day.
You know, you gotta stop thinking of this as just some filing detail. It's actually a core business decision. The choice you make here, it directly affects how fast you get through the patent office, your ability to land that funding, and your competitive edge down the line. Every single delay adds friction, and for a startup, that's something you just can't afford.
Okay, so what's the standard play here? Well, for a very good reason, most patent figures are filed in plain old black and white. Let's dig into why this classic approach is the default, and why it's often so effective.
It really boils down to one word: clarity. The goal of a patent drawing is clarity, not style. Patent examiners need to see the structure, the flow, the relationships between the parts that make your invention special. They are not looking for some beautiful piece of art. They're looking for information that has zero ambiguity.
And that's the crucial thing, right? Black and white drawings give you some serious strategic advantages. For starters, examiners can get through clean line drawings way faster. That means fewer misunderstandings and fewer delays. You also get to dodge all the extra fees and paperwork that come with color submissions. But honestly, the biggest win here? It's flexibility. Black and white protects the core idea behind your invention, not just the one specific version you have today.
There's a quote that just nails it. The patent office does not care about style. It cares about clarity. That is the exact mindsets you need to have. Clean, high-contrast drawings win the day, because they just erase any doubt about what something is and how it's supposed to work.
Here's a great way to think about it. Black and white gives your invention breathing room, room to evolve. So imagine you patented your app, and the drawings show a specific blue button. But a year from now, you do some A/B testing and discover a green button converts way better. Well, if your patent is in black and white, you're covered. It protects the function of the button, no matter what color it is. Your patent stays strong even as your design changes.
But, of course, it's not always that simple. What about when black and white just isn't enough? So now let's flip the script and look at the exceptions. Those times when color isn't just a nice-to-have, but is absolutely essential to even explain what your invention is.
Yeah, and the metaphor for this is just perfect. For some inventions, trying to show them in black and white is like trying to explain a sunset in grayscale. I mean, you can describe it, sure, but you're missing the whole point. In these cases, the color itself is the information.
So here's a really clear way to see the difference. On one hand, you've got stuff like mechanical parts or software flowcharts. Black and white is perfect for that. It focuses you on the function. But on the other hand, you have inventions like heat maps or medical imaging or certain UI signals. Take a heat map, for example. That specific shade of red or blue isn't just for decoration. It is the data. Without the color, the whole invention falls apart. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so we've looked at both sides of the coin. Now for the really practical part. How do you actually make the strategic choice? I'm going to give you a simple framework you can use for your business, like today.
It really all comes down to one simple question. Does this color add meaning, or does it just add noise? That's it. If the color makes your invention clearer in a way that lines and shading just can't, then yeah, use it. But if it's just there to make it look pretty, black and white is almost always the smarter, safer bet. Let's run through a few quick scenarios. Say your product is an app that gets updated every week. Go with black and white. It protects the core idea while you're constantly changing the look and feel. But what if your invention is all about data visualization, like that heat map again? You absolutely need color, because the color is the function. See? It's all about matching the drawing style to what your innovation actually is.
Now let's say you decide color is the way to go. You still have to be smart about it. Here are 3 quick rules. 1. Justify its function. You have to be able to prove that color is the only way to show how it works. 2. Use it sparingly, only where it adds that critical meaning. And 3, and this is a big one, describe the relationships between colors, not the specific shades. So instead of saying the button is blue, say one color represents a safe state and a different color represents a warning state. That keeps you from getting locked into just blue and red.
And all of this leads us to the final, and honestly, most crucial point, protecting the future of your business. Because this isn't just about getting a patent approved. This is about how this choice affects your legal claims and your ability to fight off competitors later on.
So here's the trade-off you're making, plain and simple. Black and white, that gives you broader protection. It protects the big idea, which makes it way harder for a copycat to just change a few colors and get around your patent. Color, on the other hand, gives you precise protection. It locks down the specific function that only that color can perform, making your claim to that one feature incredibly strong.
So why does this matter so much in the grand scheme of things? Because when you get this right, you strengthen your entire business. A smart choice here helps you tell a clearer, more compelling story to investors. It helps you build a much stronger wall against competitors, and it even builds confidence with your own team because they see that their hard work is being protected in the smartest way possible.
So, I'll leave you with this one last thought to chew on. As you're making this decision, just ask yourself this. Is my patent telling the story of what my invention is right now, or is it telling the story of what my invention can become? The answer to that, well, that's going to tell you everything you need to know.